A good afternoon, a warm welcome to everyone. Women's Day is buzzing in the air, but do we really need a day to celebrate womanhood? I believe every woman out there is special every day in her own way. Today, I have three amazing women TEDx speakers with me, and it can't just get better than this. Let me first welcome our founder, Megha Bajaj. Megha is a national best-selling author of several books, including The Breakthrough by Rupa publication. She is a TEDx speaker, a film scriptwriter, a columnist, an ardent seeker, and a meditator. She is also the founder of Wonders of Words Wow, which has two verticals, Wow Online Writing and Healing Workshop, and Wow 3L program for schools. She is a game changer, a master of words, someone who can make believe in yourself with her words and beyond. A fun and witty person to work with, a dog mom, and a mom to a 15-month-old baby girl. She has been the youngest speaker at the World Conference of Spirituality, which has had notable speakers like Dalai Lama, Dr. Abdul Kalam, and others. She has been invited as a speaker for several MNCs like Amazon, Centena Group Dubai, and Star Daiichi. We are more than thrilled to have our guests for this wonderful conversation, Sujata and Taniya Biswas, the magnificent sister duo behind the apparel brand SUTA. Handmade, handcrafted, one of its kind, is what makes SUTA a favorite among women, not just in India, but globally. Sujata is a passionate sustainability advocate and proud TEDx speaker and a loving mother to her son, dog, and plants. A graduate from CET Bhubaneswar and IIFT Delhi, Sujata had spent 7 years working in organizations such as the SR Group, the Gentle Group, and was doing her PhD in e-commerce from IIT Bombay when she decided to take a bold leap into entrepreneurship. She has been featured as one among the Forbes India Women Power Trailblazers, recognizing her as a trailblazing woman leader in business. Taniya wears several hats as an entrepreneur, TEDx speaker, change maker, and a vocal advocate of mindful fashion. She has had an engineering degree in ceramics from National Institute of Technology, Rourkela, and an MBA from IIM Lucknow. Taniya has worked as a strategy consultant at IBM and as a production manager at Tata Refractories and was a marketing consultant with Seed Funds investee firm. She is a firm believer of doing good is contagious. They co-founded SUTA in 2016 with two weavers and a big dream. Today, they work with 17,000 weavers and artisans, 295 employees, of which 60% of them are women. SUTA has had a retail presence, 12 stores across India. SUTA is known to have revolutionized saris and has got the attention of leading publications like Vogue India, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and the Economic Times, all applauding the brand's innovative approach to mindful fashion. Without any delay, let me put forth my first question for all of you. What is the most important lesson that you've learned as a woman entrepreneur? We would love to hear you, Sujata, first.
The most important lesson would be that as women, we feel that we can do it all. And sometimes we don't ask for help. So we sometimes burn out in that process and we think, I'm good in this, I'm good in that, let me manage this, let me stretch a little more. And we forget that when we ask for help, there are so many people who are capable and just can take so much load off your shoulders and then you will be more productive, but we forget that sometimes. And I feel we should just be not ashamed at all and just ask for help.
Totally resonates with my thought as well. Asking for help has always been something, especially women has always been shy of. So moving to my next question for Tanya. So a lot of women love saris, but they save it for that special occasion. So what would be your mic drop advice to change this mindset, especially probably in India and globally as well?
And for me, because I have that mindset still, and hopefully this will change it for me. So please.
I think we have collectively done this wrong thing in the society that we have saved it because we just wanted to make it so special and we've alienated it completely, And we all love wearing saris. We know how we feel when we wear it because we feel amazing. We get a lot of compliments from all genders, and it turns out to be a great day, and it's a very productive day, in fact, when you wear a sari. And it has, I've heard that from so many women who wear saris. But it's just that we have somehow made it very difficult in our heads, and hence we wanted to really simplify it. And I think we can do that for each other, and it cannot happen in one single day saying that if I am saying, oh, it's very easy breezy, Megha, please wear it from tomorrow, it won't happen. So it's just that we have to make these brunch happen, in saris. We should party in saris. And for example, how to make it normal that please don't have to be so proper and so pinned. You don't have to spend so much time to make it perfect. And
yeah, hundreds of safety pins, or like scaring people by matching one blouse. It doesn't have to. Tanya's wearing like a very offbeat matching blouse, right? So just the
wearing
fear.
a shoe and wearing crop top. And I think it's just normalizing things and not making a big deal to wear a sari. So that's how we will get to it. And I think we have gone to a certain extent where so many people have worn their first sari or the SUTA sari, and they're continuing to do so. And just have to make it easy for each other.
I guess so, because for me, I think the main thing is that perfectionism of getting those pleats right, and so I love the fact that you all have ready-made sarees, and I was actually thinking of like opting for that. And I like what you said also, like about the blouse, because so often we're just so caught up in being that perfect, head to toe, that for me it's just too much. And I'm like, with a small baby and a dog who's going to be all over me, may as well not. But I guess if you normalize it like this,
Pets love our sari, by the way. Somehow pets are always sitting on the sari. They're like happy
yeah.
with sari.
Yeah,
So,
they do.
yeah.
They do. And you're right about how one feels when they wear a sari. Like it, I don't know, it's just like an NLA, or I don't know what it is, but it makes you feel like very feminine and very
Yes,
beautiful.
the feminine and the power. Such a power dressing, right?
Yes,
So I think it's not spoken about more. It's not celebrated as much, but hopefully.
Yeah.
Trust me, I wear a sari to the airport because I kind of feel that the tight pants really don't help me to sit for some long hours. So I usually prefer a sari. I can tie the petticoat as tight or loose I want it to. Anyway, so when I wear it, I have beautiful conversations. I make great friends, and it just so happens that people just genuinely turn to compliment you, and you start conversations, and it just starts from something because it's so beautiful an attire that you just want to compliment, or you want to just like start a conversation on how, oh, we've forgotten to wear a sari, kind, and it starts
I
from there.
totally agree. And I think this is inspiring me to try it a lot more, for sure.
Please do.
And actually, saris make you look thinner. So that's
Yeah,
one more reason
it
to.
accentuates your figure, and it just
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
right place. Yeah, it's the way
it
it's made.
does. It does.
I keep wondering, like all our like grandmothers and mothers have been doing it for years, so why not us?
So we
It's
do
just
that
as you
very
said,
often.
it's
We wear
about
saris so often to office, like
normalizing. And I
regularly.
keep watching your reels where you have made it a point that sari is for every occasion, so it can be normalized definitely. So moving on to my next question. So, and two mistakes or any particular mistake that gave you the biggest lesson that you've learned as a founder of this, I mean, coming up with such a big brand, but it has been a learning process, I'm sure, when you had come to this stage today. So any mistakes that you have learned from, and this goes to Megha as well. I'll probably let you answer first, and Megha can please add your views as well.
I'll go first. I think one is.
I thought Megha is going.
Oh, Megha is okay. Please go ahead. I'd love to listen to what you
Okay, any doesn't matter. But I think the two mistakes that I've learned like crazy from is one, believing that it, although a team is so important and it's what builds you completely, but over relying on, say, a one person or two people, and I'm sure you all have experiences, because people will move, things happen, life happens, someone who you really trusted may leave, and that's okay, and your brand still continues as long as you're completely invested in it. So I think one of my biggest learning has been that invest a lot of me into my vision. And I have the most amazing team, I really love them, but it's not just the people, it's also the vision and the cause that's going to carry itself. So I think that's one thing that set me free. Otherwise, I've been a very attached person, and every person has mattered a bit too much to me. So I think that's something that's released me. And I think the second thing, Sujata, is so close to what you said, that somewhere we believe we can do it all. We feel that I can do this also and I can do that also. Like today, I told the team my dates literally like yoga, then this, then this, then this, then getting out, And I was like, it's awesome, but hey, where am I in this whole thing? Like every minute, it's about being there for someone else or even the brand. But I think I've really very consciously understood that I need to take my time out. I need to keep myself as a very top priority. And I think all of us women fail to do that often. And I really don't want to do that because it will lead to a burnout. And what am I going to achieve with that? So I think that's the two lessons for me and for y'all.
Yeah, completely relate to what you said. Yeah, I know the first one was like, oh my God, oh my God. So true, so true. Oh my God, every time we feel that. But yeah, things just stay good or sometimes becomes better,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you a recent realization that we had, both of us, that we sometimes, as founders, we enter departments and enter things and forget to question the whole essence of it. For example, why do we even need to do this? Or we're just doing it, correcting it, fixing it. But we haven't questioned
Why
by
is it
going
going there?
yeah, by seeing the whole larger perspective of things. Because we are so into it, we have been at this since 9 years, and we haven't questioned
This
some.
year we questioned big things and it was scary. Like,
And I think we don't do it because somewhere down the mind it's scary to even dig things, right? Because it's been the status quo since forever.
Yeah.
Why question it now? And if I question it, what happens? What comes out of it? So I think this exercise should happen quite often, and
I have
Yeah.
another realization which just when you asked it came to me is that sometimes because you get cheated, like it happened initially, but it keeps happening even now, that somebody breaks your trust and then you get so scared to trust another person, right? It's also the first point you said, Megha. I think the same thing, that you are so reliant on something and then somebody breaks your trust and you're so worried. But I feel the moment you're detached or the moment you attain that state where you realize that it's just detach yourself from the whole scene, you realize no, your trust should be there, your love should be there intact. Nobody should just come in and just poke that out of you. That is such an important realization, and that also came to us in the early days, but then now it is becoming more and more true with employees if they are like leaving or doing something which is you don't expect, and but yeah, should not change you.
Amazing. I mean, I think to hold on to your essence and why you did it in the first place are so integral. And I think we should literally have a system, right? Like every morning, some board, something to remind you that,
I
hey,
think
this
that
is
meditation helps, I feel. I think
why.
when you said you
Absolutely.
do, so maybe you
Yeah.
just when you get up and tell yourself, this is who I am.
Yeah.
It just sets the day. I think you just are detaching yourself. It's such an
And
important.
we're all like energy beings and we're so porous, so that like people keep entering us in such big ways. And sometimes when you're around someone who's like, say, cracked something in a different way, suddenly you feel, I should also go down that route. But hey, that's not you. That's her journey, right? And to just stay authentic, I think takes a lot. Amazing. I can feel
I mean,
such
there's
a kindred vibe.
Yeah, and then there's too much happening out there, and information is so easily available with social media, with network. It's just sometimes you forget that who you usually are,
What
and
your
then
journey is or
you
what
can
you really
become
want.
somebody else on the way, because
Yeah.
everybody is becoming something, and it's so visible, and you can read it, hear it. So I think
Absolutely.
I totally agree with what you're saying. That hold on to your essence, authenticity.
Yeah.
Such
Awesome.
wonderful thoughts. I mean, was just listening and I was thinking that, yeah, it is like it's every woman out there, or not why woman, it's every person out there who probably goes through this particular thought once in a while, whether they want to start something new or anything personal, professional. So, on this note, I want to ask my next question, which is like there are so many people who would want to make it big, who want to create an impact in the world, in the society, or around them. So, what would be one powerful thought that you would want to convey to them, like something they should be them with them for while they are starting in their journey, or for with them forever? Maybe if you can share your thoughts, Tanya and Sujata,
I
and
think I'll just take this one because I recently answered this question somewhere. Is disciplining your body.
because it's so easy to feel that the moment you feel failure, you see failure, your body just recoils, your mind recoils, and you get like so scared that you don't feel like getting up and coming back. I think as entrepreneurs, or as somebody who has to show up, it is very important to discipline your mind and body in a way that you are coming back again and again and again, come what may. And it eventually, little bit of effort just becomes big and comes back. But the fear is so much, and there is no end to it, right? And there is pivoting. When should I change my path? You don't know it. So much uncertainty. But I think the one thing that you can do is disciplining your body, mind to just come up, show up, do it. Wear a sari, look pretty.
Amazing. I think Sujata, I so agree. And I think for me, that thing has just been like, there's a single question that I keep asking myself, that what is my north? You know? So just to be aware, because like we said that, it's so easy to get distracted, and with technology, you're literally, all the time bombarded with 100 times more information than you need. And in that, it's so easy to get into the maze of, oh, she's doing this and it worked for her. So I think one thing that's helped me is, what is your north? Every morning I ask myself, what is your north? And my north is, okay, where I want to be in terms of wow or books or films. Then the minute I feel, oh, I'm wavering from that, I just like literally. So I have this ritual. I tell my husband that, like, one day you're working from home, I'm taking off to some place wherever close by, and you're going to take care of all the children. You're going to do everything. And for me, my dad, who's 75, is also a child. So I'm like, take care of all three of them. And I'm getting out to just find my north, like where I've lost the compass. And I think that realigning to my north has helped me so much. So I think that's been my one sentence answer to, you know,
I totally was thinking in the same lines as you. I was thinking that when you really want to do something impactful, something big, I think your mission should be much bigger than your ambition.
yeah.
Mission should be a larger thing that you have set in mind. For example, for us was always employment when we started, and it's still the same, that we employ more and more people, and they're happy with the workplace, with the culture that we have built, and we give constant work. That's been the mission forever. But our personal ambition can get in the way. There's so many people in the company, 290 people, whose ambition can be distant, and it can always be. But at the end, mission has to always be bigger than your ambitions. And I think that's one thing, like how it's the north, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. And I'm glad that you've differentiated the two, mission and ambition, because sometimes we tend to use it, parallelly, mission and ambition, but they're very different, very, very different.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
amazing. Awesome.
That's lovely. I'm sure all the people who will be listening to this will definitely have some amazing
But the best thing
takeaway.
is we three of us are on the same page, like we're saying almost similar things in a very different light. So it's very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
The only
So
thing
it's
is, I'm
that's
not
the
wearing a sari. I mean, if you had, that's the only thing I'm missing about this whole thing. So
Next time when we meet for coffee or
we
sometime.
should, and we should for sure. Yeah.
so the coming to the next question. So as founders, how would you like your brand to be remembered? What you want to think about people to think about your brand now and obviously 5-10 years down the line as well.
So I'm just going to begin with mine, and it's a 11-word mission statement that we've created to awaken humanity to a better life through words and silence. And I think it's made such a big difference to me, because the moment I feel that I'm moving out of this, and I've written it, it's right on top. Raju, you can't see it, but anything he does, like his DP itself for a long time was to awaken humanity to a better life through words and silence. And 11 has been a very special number for me. My daughter was born on 11/11 at 11 o'clock. And a lot of things have been like around 11 for me. I have a spiritual guru, and for him, 11 has been very special. So, I just love this. And like I said, it's my north, it's my mission, it's everything for me. And I think aligning to it has really kept me very, very rooted to what I really want to do. So that's how, Deb, I want all of us at WOW to be known that we did something amazing for the world, through our words and through our silence.
I know as part of her team, I know what 11 means. It has been the 11-minute bite also that how we had reached out to. So I definitely, as a team, we know what 11 means to us.
We should have started this at 11:11.
Yeah, I was with youngsters actually. That's why we had to shift this. So we do these programs for a lot of youngsters. So thousands of them join in. So that's why we missed, and that was at 11. So that's why
Ah.
we shifted this a bit.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
please.
I think for SUTA, I want SUTA to become a legacy brand and a brand that's known for its honesty, for um, for always being true to its vision. So that's what I want SUTA to be known as a brand that's larger than just the people in it. You know, and it's not mine and Taniya's dream or the employee's dream who you see day in day out, but it's a larger goal and people listen to SUTA and they should just resonate with, okay, they are an honest brand who's doing this to create an impact in livelihood in people.
Yeah, I think I'll not add any other word. I think inclusive is another word that I'll just put in with impact. But yeah, that's what we dream of.
So every woman should have a suta sari in the wardrobe, and they can't miss this particular brand. And it would definitely be so lovely because looking at all the kind of things you prepare, I mean, I'm sure every woman would love to have it.
I want to know one thing. This is totally off the syllabus, and that's fine. That's how 11 Bites is supposed to be. Who's the crazier, wilder, more ambitious one? That one.
And the elder one.
Tanya's the grounding one, and Sujata's like the crazy one. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, absolutely
The
crazy.
elder one and the crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, nice, lovely. I was just curious. And do y'all fight? Like, do y'all get into, because like me and my sister really fight a lot, okay? To the extent that as children, we were once, holding a pair of jeans and I was pulling one end and she was pulling another. And my dad got so pissed that he cut it from the middle. And he's like, there, you take this and you take this. And we were like, पापा यार अच्छे से समझा देते ये क्यों करना था so I think we've been like that kind, and obviously now it's changed to more verbal, but do you guys fight? I'm just curious.
We do, but it gets resolved very quickly because there's so much. I think we've reached a stage where we address things very, like in very not blunt, I would say, but in a very crystal clear way. So I felt it, she felt it. So like, okay, fine.
We don't drag it at all.
We don't, and we both say, oh, both of us are wrong and both of us are right. Let's just leave it now and go.
And
So
I think the dropping part has become much faster.
yeah,
and
much
hence
faster.
it is
We just
become-
drop it. You know, tu bhi sahi, main bhi sahi. And
And
now
I
it's ego.
inherently know it's the ego. It's the, that you hurt me, I'll hurt you a little more, by
Yeah.
making a face or telling you something, which is
We drop it and literally, honestly, sometimes it happens that we both of us have dropped it in our head and come back and start talking as if nothing happened. Like just
Yeah.
a second, like nothing was not even dead. We start talking about something.
yeah, I think it's a new
I'm missing my sister right now. I can so relate to this, right? It's like the worst fight, and like where everything's heated, and then after a few minutes, like, oh, by the way, what are you wearing tomorrow? And it's all like as if it never existed. So it's awesome. I love this.
Yeah, I'm sure you can relate to it the best.
All sisters
Yeah.
would hear listening to us. Yeah, I think.
Yes, actually.
Also, you actually have to really work towards it. Also, if you don't have it, it can happen that you carry it and
The
you
grudge.
But I think you have to work towards it, talk about it, and make it work.
Because I've met sisters where the hatred stays, So
Yeah.
that is very, very
Oh.
bad.
And
think
stays
you
and
can't-
thrives, and it really affects them at every level.
Yes,
Because
yes, it does.
between two women, things like jealousy, comparison, let's be honest, it's very easy for it to come through. And we're talking candid conversation. So I know that this is very real, and to work around it, I think is awesome. And one thing I've, realized is there's something my guru, in fact, shared, Mahatma. He said, he's like, you have to never sleep on a fight. So I think one thing that at least between Nidhi and me we do is never ever, I mean, in fact, I wouldn't want to even stretch it till that long, but never sleep on a fight. I think that's helped
Same,
me
same.
so much.
And
Like,
Ma, who's our guru, is always saying that.
Yeah.
Since
My mom is
until
like
kids.
first thing she told us that never ever happening. So you just have to hit each other to sleep, go to bed and like smiling.
Yeah, wake up with a fresh plate. Don't keep
Absolutely.
anything hanging.
I love this. I think this conversation is really going to have a lot of impact on a lot of
I
women.
wouldn't want to break the rhythm,
sisters.
but today we have to kind of go ahead.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, Megha, so that one wow moment from work that will probably forever be etched in your heart.
So there are too many, honestly, but I think the one that I can like on the top of my head think of is that So we do these online writing workshops for people, and mainly a lot of women end up joining it. And I had a woman who stepped out of like an angioplasty, and she was telling me, she's like, my life is gone. And like, now it's just, she was already 60 plus, and she's like, now what more is left? And okay, doctors for me to rest. And somehow in a conversation, she got inspired that, hey, even though I have to rest, I can always write a book. That's not going to take too much of my physical energy. And she wrote a book which went on to becoming a bestseller. Change, and 60 plus, okay. She went on to becoming India's Rising Star Award, like she won that. She's written 3 more books. Now she's writing love stories, and she's like, I had a lot of unrequited love, so I'm going to put all of it and channel it into like these amazing books. And it just made me feel like, even when nothing seems to be going, okay, there's always some answer. And if you can just channelize people, uh, miracles can come out of it. So I think that was one moment that's always stayed with me in a very big way. Yeah.
So, if you could share something about.
I would tell the one story about the Dadi who was sitting in. So we had gone for a talk in a village. So in our village where we work, so the whole weaving community is there, majority of the weaving community. So we went there, we had a lunch session, we had to talk. So we were getting ready, we were late, we were rushing, and there was a Dadi. We knew her, we met her many times when we go. She was sitting in the angan, like the dhoop was coming, and like sitting on the angan mein, and then she said, "Oh, Sujata, Taniya, come sit with me." And we are like, we think, "Nah, we have to go, like pulling each other, like, let's just, like, like say hi and go." Like, no, no, wash. So she made us sit next to her, both of us sitting next to her. She started talking and she started staring ahead. So hame laga, because she's 85, almost 90. So I thought she's forgotten that we're there. She's just looking ahead. We asked, how are you? And all of that was over. And then after some time, she's like, what do you see around, how she held both her hands and said, she didn't leave us only, and we were getting so restless, and she's like, no, look around and tell me, what do you see? I said, the village looks beautiful. It's like lunch, almost lunchtime. You're trying to tell that people. And honestly, with her, I felt that she was delusional. That she was chatting. She forgot that this is an event, right? Yeah. And then we have come from so far. So she's like, no, see carefully. What do you see? And then we were like, kya hai? Matlab, jaldi jana hai type. Then I actually said that over there, it's more green because we also thought that we plant trees in the village. So probably she's mentioning that and said, oh, it's become so much more greener now. Yeah. So then she said, just like after a lot of pause, she said, look what both of you have done to the village. And that hit us so hard. Like we just couldn't move for 2-3 minutes. Like, look at everyone, how different they look. Like people. Like look at the women, how they're walking, looking after the children. Everything has changed in the village. Yeah, and the literal word was empowered. And we saw it because we saw women when they were also heading towards the event from the crossing us. They were so much more in control. Yeah. So much more in taking decisions, they dressed differently, they walked differently, the kids were hopping along. And they were like, every time I tell the story, every time I have goosebumps.
Yeah, this is so amazing. I mean, what could be, I'm sure even your biggest like paychecks or orders can never come close to that moment, no?
No.
I mean, it's like something that you just live and breathe for. Amazing. So beautiful. So beautiful.
It is.
Because today, brands is not just about the product or the service, and it's basically the idea, like woman empowerment, or it's the idea behind it. It's much more than just the product or the service they sell or thing. So now I'll come to a fun part, a fun question. So starting with Sujata and Tanya, so if you had to describe each other with 3 adjectives, what would you be like? How would you do it for Tanya, and how would you do it for Sujata?
Okay.
And honest, huh? Not like on the
Okay. One is witty. Second is sunshine. Third is how do I define the word? Like just full of love. Like this 3. Absolutely. Oh, I love it. Okay. So I will describe her. So tough. Just 3 words for this woman. Super dedicated to whatever she puts her heart into. So dedicated is one word. Like she doesn't ever leave. Second one is constant for whatever she has promised or in her head. She is a constant. I know people who she's constant for, no matter what the earth can just break apart, she will still be there. Third, ah, crazy. Like really, how can that word not be there? Like for everything she does, there's a bit of crazy for sure in that. There's like absolutely crazy woman she is. Yeah.
Awesome.
A good question.
I think
I know. Anyway, maybe think, and I'm like, oh, I can't put words to it.
that's so wonderful. I mean, the viewers would be like, I'm sure they will be so excited, and it'll be so much more that they get to know about the SUTA founders. Probably some unknown facts about their
Yeah, something
life and
very
personality.
different came
I
out
think
in this.
brand comes across like all the words that you all said. So as an end user, let me tell you and compliment on you that literally all the 6 words that you all use for each other. If I have to see, in fact, I got to know about Suta because I saw an ad. And then Deb started chasing y'all because we have some important events coming up and she wanted y'all to style me and no one was ever ready. So we're like, okay, at least
Oh,
let's
love
get
to do
11
that.
bites from them and let's do something fun. So I have a TED talk coming up and I was like, I think I should wear a sari. So that's how this whole
We'll
suta came
style
up.
you. We should do like a pre-drape for you, so you're not worried.
Yeah, anyway, I just want to say that it comes across and it was amazing. And that's what connected me to you guys. And I think you'll have a lot of your own images in your ads and stuff. So I was like, hey, this looks fun. Like they make sari look fun. I think that was the main thing that, struck me. So I'm glad that you'll actually like that.
Glad.
So I'd also
So
add
I
my
would
three
ask
words.
Debulina to explain Megha in 3 words now.
Yeah.
You were asking questions, I'll ask you
She's
now.
the boss.
Should I? Time to leave.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, more than a boss, I mean, WoW is not a place where I work. It's more like a family. So all of my team members would agree as well. So, I mean, 3 words that come instantly to my mind would be someone fun, quirky to work with, someone who is very focused. Like she said that whenever something wavers her, like similarly when we are wavering, so she shows us the path that what we are meant,
Not,
that wow,
yeah.
brand wow is supposed to convey. And I think someone who is very close to, I mean, very down to earth and close to people she works with. So we have a bond like a family member, even if we might have not met her personally, or like we are stationed at different places, like she's in Mumbai and I'm in Bangalore, but still there's a very close knit bond that she kind of weaves between the people she works with, and also with her people she works with, and the kids I will know better, because the earlier session we saw, like they love when they get to interact with Megha, the school students. So they
And
are.
this is a surprise question, okay? So we've not prepared this. So Deb, thank you, because she can't do anything like esa, unless she really means it, she can't say it. That's one thing about this. I'm glad. And rest of the team, you'll have to watch this interview. Yeah.
Think I'll move on to towards the end. Like I have one important question that we all would love to know, because WoW is a community led by Megha, an author, and also we have a lot of people who loves reading and writing. So have you ever thought of writing a book or penning down your journey, or any particular book which might have really inspired you or taught something in life, which you felt that something really has changed in you after reading that particular
Yeah,
book?
I read a lot of fantasy. I am like a crazy lover of fantasy and fiction, and absolutely like don't like reading real world. I tried everything, but nothing works. And I honestly, I'll show you. I've started writing book. Like I've been writing so much. Have never finished it, but then I always keep noting. I want to write a book. Honest, I just love this question. I'm like, कोई किसी ने नहीं पूछा मुझे, but I really love writing and want to someday finish this whatever I've started. So.
Sujata, the moment we end this conversation, you're gifting me a sari, I'm gifting you wow. So that you can write this and make something out of it, and you all gift me my first sari. Because the only ones
Yes.
it is all wedding ones, and also I can't wear them.
To have a deal. Yeah, deal done.
So let's cover each other on this.
Yes, please.
So what about you, Tanya? Do you also love to read or?
I read a lot, but I've moved from fantasy and fiction to other books. Now I read a lot, and I kind of want to have a takeaway from books that I read and keep it with myself. Even if it's just one, I try and implement it in my life. And, a recent book I read was Tuesdays with Maury, and it was about how he's dying and he's explaining and talking to his student, and it just every sentence, every interaction is so deep. And the book is like a tiny book, but it's so deep, it stayed with me. And I also feel that you're just a tiny speck in the world. And, if you don't do things today, then when, and you can't take it like, oh, I'll do it later, this till time. And, and death just eventually comes, and how to deal with that. And that's how we both live, that we're just a tiny speck. I remind her, just a tiny speck. Let's just do it. Who are we caring about? Like, the world is just not going to remember anything that we do. So just do what you feel like.
Yeah, no, now you know why I'm so crazy.
I would sure.
One's into fantasy, one's into it's awesome. And Tuesdays with Maury, Tanya made me cry. I think every
I read it so much. I read
I
that.
was in tears and it was so beautiful. And Deb, though you didn't ask me the question, I want to share this.
Yeah, I
The
was
book
just coming to you. Knowing it from an author herself,
I know,
which
yeah,
books
your
has
favorites, yeah.
inspired
and
her.
especially, I think there are too many choices, but because this is very Women's Day oriented, The Becoming by the First Lady, I think that's changed me in a way that I cannot imagine, because she talks of her entire story of, how the whole White House life felt like and what it meant to have a husband who's the president of the country and everything. And she makes it so real. And I love the name itself, Becoming, because I think none of us are ever going to become, we are all like, till my last breath, I wish I'm only becoming, right? And to, hear her say it and Michelle say it and do it in such a powerful way. It's a really fat book, but I mean, I would recommend every woman, to read it, because
We did.
it's
Yeah, I know she's going to. So yeah.
yeah.
Very
I'll
good.
gift it to you. I'll send it across to you. It's something that's changed me in the most profound ways. And I really wish every woman reads it, because she talks of all of this inclusiveness and insecurities and look related stuff that so many of us go through.
Jealousy.
Comparison, keeping your north, not losing it even as the first lady of, one of the most
It's
powerful
so easy
countries.
to lose it, right? That's the thing. It's so easy to
Yeah.
lose it.
It's so easy to lose it. And it takes 1 second. And I think with what's going on in the current world, one sentence can change your life forever.
Yes, I
One
know it.
sentence,
Exactly. Everything you built, everything just goes.
years and years, one sentence, one joke, and you're finished. You're literally like from where to where. So I think it's been a big learning for me that, at the thought level itself, you should be so clear that that word cannot come out till you want it to come out,
Yeah.
So it was so lovely meeting y'all.
Same here. It feels so
Like,
nice. It feels so light that,
yeah,
we spoke for like
totally.
just a few minutes, but then it just feels so nice, warm, and just like, yeah,
Yeah,
powerful. Yeah.
looking forward to
I
meeting
have
you again.
one final question. So we'll probably start
Only
with
that.
Megha. One
Question. I
Woman's
could do
Day
that.
final, since we started on that note. So one Woman's Day message for all the women out there. So we'll start with Megha, and you can share as well.
Um, I think it's just to stay so true to yourself and to remember that before a woman or a mother or a daughter or a sister, you're a human. And for me, I think I see myself as a seeker before all of these words, and just remembering that every day and staying true to it and keep discovering myself, because my 15-month daughter is watching me every day. And if I don't take time out for myself, she's not going to do it either. For a woman, especially, I think this word selfish is like it kills us.
Kills
Yeah.
you, yeah.
It kills because we know what love we carry, but it's the most
You don't have to
selfless
prove.
thing to love yourself. I think it's the most selfless thing you can do is to love yourself in this world.
Yeah. And that's why I was also like saying the same thing, like you don't have to be a superwoman.
Yeah.
Because that word I hate absolutely. That once you put that, oh, she's a superwoman, she does everything so perfectly and she takes care of the home, she earns, she does that, she does this, but wow, you know, once you you label the person, and you now know that you have to do it because you have done it and you have to constantly do it. And it's unnecessary pressure. You put it on your head, you put the crown, and you have to live that whole life, and you're burnout, you're burnt out, you're dead, you have lost it, you have no time for yourself. And I think that you become a bitter version of yourself. You just become bitter. You don't realize it because you are just working up to a level which you're not. I think just accepting also that no, I can't do it. I am not perfect. I won't do it. I will do whatever
Telling
I
you,
can.
if I had stayed back in that moment, I would have at least had one resentful thought saying that, guys, why, And because I did it, and obviously the child's safety, all that comes paramount for all of us. But it's safe. She's crying because she's teething. And it's something too important. It's not something that, oh, I've gone for a coffee or whatever. It's something that's very defining for you, spiritually, especially because it was something that my guru had asked us to do. And I just wanted to do it. And so what? I think it changed something in the core of me because it was probably the toughest mother moment that I've had.
And also that phase is very difficult when you are going through that, when the kid is small, because physically you're going through so much and that affects you so easily. And I think that that's a very vulnerable stage people go through. And also work wise, you want to try and get back, and you're going through so much in your head. And I think that time it becomes so tough because to define yourself back again of who you are, because you've again become you're playing another role. Yeah, that's such a big role. I think people have to take a step up for themselves, and it's very, very important, and for your own safeguarding your own thoughts for yourself. I think you said, like, you touched the chord for every woman out there who has become a mother.
And one thing, Sujata, that you said that's been hitting me so much that honestly, like I've almost come back to my pre-pregnancy weight and I see how casually women take their health. And you've said it like about 3 times in this interview. And I want to, because it's Women's Day especially, please, like it's not okay to not take care of our health. Like I think it's so integral because you're not going to do anything well unless, and we've seen our mothers, like my mother at least used to cut the fruit for me, but I've never seen her eating the fruit. And always it was about us, me and Nidhi. And today I'm doing it completely different because I don't want Atyasa to learn that put the other beyond yourself.
Never,
Please,
yeah.
we have to prioritize our health.
You take out that hour, 1 hour for yourself. You work out. Like the world can go anywhere. You have to do it. And we miss it sometimes. The thing that you said also is that you cut the chain right there. You change the narrative. It's so important because unknowingly, I also tend to do what my mother did, because I've seen her so much. Yeah, I do it. And I know it's so important to just. She gives her best parts, best pieces to others. And I keep wondering, Tanya, you have to break it. Like how you said, I'll break the narrative. I'll change it for the next generation so that they don't watch it and do the same thing. I've broken it. I've just gone broken it. I've just broken every norm in the house.
It's much easier for the younger one. It's much easier for the younger one. I also see my sister can have.
I'm the elder one.
Oh, you're the elder one. Then you're one anomaly of the whole thing because usually it's easier for the younger one. It's so easy because the older one's already bearing all of it.
No, because I did it for so long. One day I just broke it, and then she just took it up. I don't know why. So
many dynamics that happen, no? So I saw my mother get cancer because of all everything that she had gone through in life in a massive, Marwadi joint family. All this will cut out, but still, just to tell you all, like it's a big thing, yeah. Everyone comes for a party, you do everything. Everyone leaves, and then you're sitting in the end and eating. None of this works. I am the first person who sits in the party. I'm the first person to grab my plate in any party.
While cooking, I eat. Thank God.
Yeah.
But I am the first one. Just my plate like khana kha rahe. Mom is looking and I said, Mom, please, sorry.
Sometimes, the reception's going on and it's like, I'm already with my plate. I'm absolutely okay. My body needs the nourishment. Please do.
But I know women who have tortured themselves to death. They constantly do till now. I think they have to be told that you can do it and just start doing it and you'll have fun. More fun than before. Work out, eat right, and say no. Just say no. like कि नहीं हो रहा मुझसे नहीं no हो गया.
No.
Yeah,
In
no.
fact, it feels so good, no? Let's say no loudly once.
Oh yeah, I know.
No!
No, this is also
No!
lovely.
No! Raju and Deb are like, boss, ladies have cracked it.
No,
Let's
I have
go.
a 11-year-old daughter myself, so I know how many times I have been through all this myself. And I mean, it's there nothing wrong in admitting that I've not been able to say no or take time out to myself. I've been listening to this that, okay, how can you leave it? Like you can leave you have to leave your job. That's the reason I left also. But yes, it's like someday high time that people
Oh,
realize
I went to
it's
the trip just to go. My mom asked, Ram has fever. Ram is my son. Ram has fever and Siddharth is not at home. I said, yeah, I'm going. I just said, I'm going. Mom said, can you think? No, I'm going. And there was no work, absolutely no work. I just went. She said, go. I said, Taniya said, you're the speck in this world, tiny. Nobody will remember. Oh, fine, I'm going. Can I pack my bag and
Right,
just
Fiona? So much of what I've heard, like Mahathir say, like he has this whole video. I'm going to send it to you guys, where he says, like, universe and this, and then you're a speck of dust in this whole thing. And the way he said it, and you guys are just saying it, like, without even, I'm guessing, knowing him. So it's amazing. Like, we have to meet. We just
yeah,
have to.
yes, please. Yeah, let's do
It's
that.
so good. We'll
Beautiful
plan
conversation.
it. But this is
think
an amazing one.
we
I
have
think
overshot
told
the
them, keep it
time.
30 minutes. You have to keep it under 30 minutes. And I'm
But
only happily.
itna masala mila hai na abhi, I'm sure you'll be happy.
No, it's not every
Let's
day
see
that you
those.
see founders shedding a tear and actually having a heart-to-heart conversation. So it's not an interview or something. It's like truly a
And it's not
conversation.
that
I
we
didn't
know
want
each
to
other. It's the
interrupt.
first time we met. Imagine that.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah,
So
just
I
connecting.
And
really don't want
Raju's
to.
putting his little hearts. Raju, screen pe aaja today. He's gone all suit boot. Raju is my right hand. One of the most amazing men that I know. Simple, honest, pure man in this world. And I wish more men are like this. So he's my right hand. Raju, how did you feel about all this? One एक bite तुझसे भी लेंगे.
दिल से दिल बात हो रही है.
बस उतना ही ना. दिल से दिल हो गया.
Raju will share off screen.
But true, yeah.
Thank you so much. This is
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. And
Such a
really,
pleasure having all of you together in the Zoom room, and it's like totally sheer pleasure for me. So that I got to, I mean, I could bring both of you together, and I'm sure we
And
can
all the
both
best to your
learn.
team. What you're doing is
Thank you
wonderful.
so
So,
much.
yeah, we'll
absolutely.